It says that I'm live, so I'm going to trust that it's live and use this time as I wait for human interaction to validate that I'm live. Let's see. There we go. That's fun. Now you're all in the picture. By you all, I mean nobody. I think YouTube is also suppressing live streams right now, so we'll see who shows up. Don't mind me just being rude on. I'm not even being rude. I'm just. Hi, Haley. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Hi, everybody. Hold on. Just updating my various social medias that I'm doing this so that people can find me. And you guys can hear me? Wonderful. Hold on. Almost done. I'm tweeting. God, I'm such a millennial. I don't know if I'll end up keeping this up or not. Maybe I will. It depends on how off topic I get. Normally, if I can keep like a clear stream of consciousness, I'll keep it up. But if I topic jump and I feel like it would be obnoxious for people to hear, I don't tend to keep it up. So we'll see how this goes. Hi, everybody. Oh gosh, there's a lot of people here. 31 people. Hello, all 31 people. I hope you all have brought your blankets. And I also have tea. This is like my 100th cup of tea because I haven't been sleeping well and I can use the caffeine. So, how's everybody doing? How's everyone's situations? Can we all be friends in Animal Crossing New Horizons? I love Deer Island. Oh man, so I just figured out that I need fucking Nintendo Online to visit people's islands, and Matt has a Nintendo online account, but I don't, and we didn't want to pay for a family plan, so now we're probably going to have to get the family plan so I can go to people's islands, and I think that's crap. Back in the day, you used to just connect to the internet, so they're sucking every dollar out of us. Capitalism, baby. Also, Matt and I originally thought we'd be able to have two different islands under two different accounts on the same Switch, and we cannot. And even if we bought another game, we only could still have one island on one Switch, so we'd have to buy a whole other Switch. And Matt loves me enough that he gave me the island because he knows it means more to me. But I feel really bad because I can tell that he's sad that he doesn't have his own island. So maybe when this is all said and done, we'll acquire like a Switch Lite and we can give Matt an island too. Oh my god, Hannah's here. Hannah, I'm going to give you a wrench because I trust you. Hi, everybody. Oh, Olivia, I'm going to give you a wrench too because I also trust you. I mean, I trust a lot of you, but these are people who have modded for me before. How's everyone going? Should I vent? Normally, I start out my lives venting, but I feel like everybody's in such a dark place right now that I don't know, man. Was it even worth it to vent? Kate Wavy says, I just signed up to the Half Cousins Patreon and the content is 1010. Thank you so much for that support. Thank you. Hannah says, vent. Daru, I hope I'm saying that right, says, go ahead and vent. Oh, Jess says, you're such a cute burrito. Thank you. Get it out, dude. Vent away. Okay. I think I broke today, guys. I mean, I've been going through my waves of emotion. I'm gonna try not to cry when I vent. I've been going through my waves of emotion. Like when this all first started, I don't know. I guess like everybody else, it didn't hit until it started to get more and more real. Like the week that Anthony was here, my best friend Anthony came and spent a week with me for my birthday, and we went out and like went to the mall a bunch of times. We went to museums, and like Corona was happening. I don't know if I'll get demonetized. Who the fuck cares? And it was kind of almost like it felt far away because like I just said, we were going out and stuff and it was definitely happening, but it wasn't as severe. The very next week, everything got so serious, and that's when everybody started like rage buying stuff, and that's when we started finding out more information about like how Matt's job was going to take care of it. Because I always knew that no matter what happened, Matt would be going to work because He's essential. I know I say this every live stream, everyone's sick of me. Matt takes care of adults with disabilities for a living. He is a direct care provider. He's a DSP. And all DSPs are at work right now, and probably most DSPs are doing overtime. I know Matt is, because those are the most vulnerable populations. So I always kind of knew that Matt was going to work. So even as things were starting to close down, my life didn't feel any different because I don't start work until the 30th, which is Monday. And I had been leaving the house here and there to do things to get ready for work. Like I had to do fingerprinting, I had to get a background check, not chest, a background check, fingerprints, 2 TB tests, which is really fun. I don't know if you can see my awful TB marks. I had to get a security badge. I had to do all kinds. I had to get blood work. I had to get a flu shot. Like, all while this is all kind of slowly unfolding. But still, the majority of the time I stayed home. And it started to get more real when, like, we were only, as a household, Matt and I deciding that Matt should only be the one to leave. So Matt was running to the store to grab things. Matt was the one going in and out, starting to get extra careful with, like, not letting him bring his shoes inside, which seems like silly, but I've been reading about other people where one person in the house leaves, how they handle it, and like keeping certain clothes, like changing right away, keeping shoes at the door, obviously like washing hands. I've been wiping down everything. And it just started to get more and more real. And again, it felt so far away this whole time. And then like it hit me that I'm far away from my family, and that messed me up so badly. It messed me up so badly that I can't be with my parents right now, and I worry about them because they're in their 60s, and my mom's technically immunocompromised, and I didn't even realize that until she said that. Like, it hadn't hit me that she is, and I'm just like freaked, and I feel powerless. I know so many people feel that way. And I've talked about this the last Half Cousin stream because we just couldn't get our shit together to do a real podcast. I've lived through some crap. Like, I lived through a forest fire, which I never talk about, but that was really scary, but it felt a lot similar to this, where like the world was kind of stopping around me and it felt like impending doom. I also lived in an area that was directly impacted by Hurricane Sandy. That feels very much like this, where the world is stopping and you don't know how life's going to go on after that. And I know, like, I lived close enough to the World Trade Center when that was happening, where I knew a lot of people who were affected by it, but I wasn't directly affected. Matt, on the other hand, grew up like immediately out of the city, so he was really affected by 9/11. So he says that it feels a lot like that. And then I was so nervous that my job hiring was going to get delayed because everybody's obviously freaked out about like money and stuff. And I'm also considered essential because what I do is in the medical field. And like I said earlier, I'm supposed to start a training on Monday. I was supposed to do an in-person training, like in a in a setting away from home, and now it's all going to be online. I just found out. But yeah, I've been going through waves of like being fine and being like the rock for other people, like keeping everybody else staying sane, because so many of my friends are out of work, and so many of my friends are panicked, and so many of my friends are either immunocompromised or have family members that are immediately immunocompromised. And I've definitely, like, knock on wood, I haven't been taking the fact that Matt and I are working for granted. I feel so incredibly blessed that we are, but at the same time, it's terrifying anytime somebody leaves the house. And it's just dark, and I really go through waves of like being totally fine. My schedule's no different. I'm gonna watch YouTube and cook dinner, and then being so messed up and having so many mental breakdowns. Like, I had been doing so well with my panic disorder. That's not like a thing you can win at. I don't know why I phrase it that way, but I used to have, at the worst of my disorder, like untreated, not going to a doctor for it. At my worst, I was having like 10 panic attacks a day, and I had no quality of life. I've told my life story a million times. And then I was like medicated all throughout the day, and then I had therapy and blah, blah, blah. Slowly but surely, I only like keep my anxiety medicine around when I have a panic attack, and I would have one maybe once every couple months. Like I had made such good progress because I had learned all of these coping mechanisms, and I really had like taken control over it. I learned like so much, like how my sleep schedule affects my panic disorder, how what I eat affects it, my activity levels, like all typical crap. You all know this, but you know, what I watch on TV, what video games I play, this all affects me like very intricately, and I'm very aware of what sets me off and what doesn't. All bets are off. I could be taking perfect care of myself, and I'm still having multiple panic attacks a day, which feels like such a setback. Who is calling me? Maddie. I'm going to send him a message that I'm live. I should just have a custom I'm live right now, I can't talk message. Sorry about that. Speaking of Matt, he's worried about me because he knows today was a bad day. What was I saying? So yeah, I've been having so many panic attacks. I'm not sleeping anymore. And today I just broke. And I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have broke in the way that I did. But I did. And it's so dumb. But I want to talk about it. So we all know Samantha March, who's a fantastic creator on this platform. She has her Oprah collab, and it just came out, and her collab timing has all, you know, messed up, and she had to cancel her launch party, and I know that she's been struggling with a lot of this stuff, and I wanted just to buy the damn blush. I wanted to buy the Chick Lit blush because it's a beautiful blush. And I'd never tried the Ofra blush formula before, and it's a beautiful color, and I saw Hannah Louise post and do her blush drapey look with it, and I fell in love. And I wanted to support Samantha, obviously, as a friend and the Smell of Fall creator. And it's like the last bullshit makeup thing that I've bought, obviously, because now is a dumb time to buy makeup. And it arrived today, and it was smashed, because Ulta has a habit of putting something fragile with absolutely no packing material. And I just, like, the one thing I had been looking forward to, and then I was bummed. Of course I was bummed. And I vented on Twitter because that's what people use social media for. And of course somebody ripped into me. Somebody ripped into me for my first world problems, because how dare I care about the people who are putting themselves at risk by going to work to package my material, and don't I have enough makeup and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not here for everyone to like attack this person. I don't even remember their username, to be perfectly honest. To be perfectly honest, this person was probably just as scared and messed up as I am. And they probably, you know, thought, what an asshole, complaining about a blush when the world's falling down around us. And for some reason, I don't know, like the whole situation was my breaking point, because it was like, I'm perfectly aware that I'm in a very privileged position to buy makeup right now. Like, no shit, I'm very aware of that. But it was like multifaceted. It was like, I wanted to support Samantha. I wanted to treat myself because the world's falling down around me, and I wanted just to have a nice thing that not only makes me happy, but it supports my friend. I was going to put it in my haul video so that, one, I could talk about it and like talk about the blush formula that I've never tried, but also talk about Samantha March's channel because I love her so much and I think she makes great content. And then making content distracts for you guys, because you guys have all been like, talk about makeup. We want to hear about makeup. And I've been the same way. I've been watching so much just straight surface level makeup content because it cheers me up and it keeps me distracted. And I've been playing with my own makeup collection. Like right here, this Nicole Guerrero ABH palette, that's the original one. I bought it when it first released, and I took it back out, and I've been playing with it because I had ignored it for a while until it got re-released. I'm looking around, I have like a pile of pastel makeup over there. I've just like truly been loving makeup on such a surface level lately, because it's been just a nice distraction. It's nice to not think so much about like makeup too deeply, and if companies are or are not ethical and blah blah. It's been nice to just put colorful goop on my face and do makeup looks for myself and dig out products I haven't used in a while. And I've been watching collection videos, I've been watching favorites videos, I've been watching other people review new releases, because it's been nice to pretend that the world's not fucking falling apart. And I literally sobbed on my couch for like an hour, because I know this person's probably just dealing with their own shit, and they're also just probably scared and frustrated. I know that. But like, I feel like not even just taking it off of me. Everyone in general should be kind to each other right now, Because, not to make excuses for why it's okay I bought a blush, whatever, I'm not going to justify it, but I'm already breaking all the time, and that was just one piece of this world that I was excited about, and then I was bummed that it arrived smashed. And I'm a human being, and I don't know, that just set me off, and then I tried to nap, and then, like, and then I'm laughing because if I don't laugh, I'll sob. I was having nightmares that I was in the apocalypse, like world ending, like Cloverfield or some shit, and I was separated from Matt and I couldn't find him. And I don't typically have nightmares like that, and so I couldn't even have a restful nap. So then I got up and took a shower and watched more YouTube videos, and then I made dinner, and now here we are. It just, like, sucks because I feel guilty that I'm financially okay. Again, knock on wood. But in my life, I've never fucking been financially okay. Probably ever. This is the first time that I really have been. I feel guilty that, like, I don't know, that I could be struggling more. I don't know. And I'm also scared, though. Every time Matt leaves the house, I'm terrified, you know? So it pissed me off. That was so unthreatening, that motion that I just did. It just pissed me off that, like, somebody would like, release, like, take their frustration out on me, you know? But I don't blame them either. I needed to vent for a second. Again, you could all think this is first world problems. It probably is. Like, I don't know. I know that's to say, though, like, I bought a blush to cheer myself up. If anyone is, like, tempted to stress buy in this situation, because I definitely have been beyond the blush, check out Hannah Louise Poston's video on not rage buying, not stress buying, because it's, like, a friendly reminder right now. Because, like, it is weird that Ulta is still doing their 21 Days of Beauty and Sephora is doing competing sales, and, like, I noticed that, like, Saks Fifth Avenue was having a sale. I've never shopped at Saks Fifth Avenue ever, but, like, stuff like that, a lot of luxury places are, oh, Hannah Louise Poston's here. Hannah, I love you so much. Both of my Hannahs are here. Side note, I'm wearing my Geology Rock shirt because it cheers me up. So, yeah, so, like, not to encourage people rage buying, but I bought the damn blush to cheer myself up, and it came smashed, and someone was mad at me that I was upset about it, and then I cried for, like, hours. This has been my day, and it just sucks. Like, beyond all of this, I've been calling my mom crying, like, every day because it's so ridiculous that even at 28, when shit goes wrong, you just want your mom, you know? Sorry. I'm trying not to cry and, like, stress everybody else out. Hannah Louise posted, I need to know about the blush. So, long story short, I bought Samantha March's Ofra blush to support her collab and to cheer myself up as the world's falling down around me. And it finally came today, and it arrived smashed. And I tweeted about it because I was frustrated because I was so damn excited for this blush because I've never tried the Ofra blush before, and I was excited about Samantha's collab, and then I vented about it on Twitter, and someone yelled at me that I was having first world problems and blah blah blah, and that there were more important things in the world, which I'm very aware about. And it just was like, on any other day, I think I probably would have laughed it off or blocked this person and not even thought about it, but it was just like, because everything else in my life is so stressful right now, like everybody else is, I broke. It caused me to, like, have full mental breaking, like sobbing on my couch, like not knowing what to do, thinking that I am a terrible person and that, like, oh my God, there are things that I could be buying right now that are better. I could not be buying anything at all. And maybe I am doing the worst. And, like, it caused me to spiral. So and then I took a nap and had nightmares, and now I am where I am now. Top floor chick says, at Hannah Louise Post, and upgrade my pepper grinder now. I thought you should know. Yeah, I high key want to upgrade my pepper grinder too. Because of your favorites video. So yeah, that's where I am. Everything's really scary. I'm away from my family. Every time Matt leaves, I'm freaked. I know I keep repeating myself. Because even I feel like Matt didn't take this seriously up until very recently. Like, now, because everything's so scary, and it's because of what he does for a living and the people he serves, it's become very real. And even like last weekend, I think I was again venting on Twitter about how people in my neighborhood didn't seem to be taking it seriously. Like, people were still hanging out and kids were still playing together. And if you looked out your window, or my window, I should say, it looked very much business as usual. Like, my neighborhood was just functioning as a neighborhood. And now today, there's nobody on the streets, and I've noticed there's less cars parked and just silence. And it's weird. And the thing that stresses me out is, like, how does life go back to normal after this? Sorry, I'm burping because I'm rage drinking tea. Because that's like living in an area that was really messed up by Hurricane Sandy. It took years for life to go back to normal. Some businesses never opened again. Some houses just got demolished because they were unfixable. Matt and I actually had to move one of our if anyone knows my story of when I met Matt and how he was introduced to me at our mutual job of, this is Maddie, he's my favorite, and I hated Matt because of that. Same boss that introduced us like that, we had to move her out of her house because it was destroyed by Sandy, so we had to help her move. Like, I lived in an area that was just detrimented by Sandy, and it took years for things to feel mostly normal. And that feels so small compared to this. This feels so much bigger, and that's kind of what freaks me out. I don't know. The best thing we can do is not take it on somebody else. If we do that, we're winning, says Hannah-Louise posted, and I agree with that. Again, this person was probably also just scared and stressed, but in general, not just from me, but in general, be nice to people. Because everybody's really struggling. Like, even like not in a pandemic, you don't know how people's lives are going. You don't know if what you're saying could be their breaking point. So maybe in general, be nice to each other. I think the unknown is what's freaking me out. Yeah, exactly. Me too. Like, there's obviously, like, I've been torturing myself with the news, because just in general, I'm somebody who constantly reads the news and watches the news and knows what's happening in the world, because that's how I grew up. My parents both have the news on at any given moment. Like, they're both very politically aware people, and I do that too. And Matt has to be like, can you please just distract yourself? And it's so hard for me because I want to know, are things getting better? Are things getting worse? But then I fall into like these panic holes of news where I just am like, oh my God, the worst case scenario, and we're all gonna die, and oh my God. Robbie says, RN here, nervous and scared on a daily basis, and I would have definitely cried over the blush. Robbie, thank you for everything you're doing as an RN, and thank you for everyone who is still working right now, everyone who's medical, everyone who's a nonprofit, grocery store workers, people in the postal service, the people packaging my blush that I cried about. Thank you to everybody who is essential, who is still working right now, because I know how terrifying it is, and I don't take it for granted. And I think that's what upset me the most, is this person was implying that I don't know how serious it is, or that I don't value the people who are working to, send me my blush, and I definitely do. So thank you, everybody. First responders, everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I actually do feel a lot better now that I just got that off my chest. I hope you all are okay. Feel free to vent to me as well. And I really so badly want to be one of the YouTubers right now who's making amazing content that can distract everybody. Like, shout out to both Hannahs in the chat right now, because they've been posting really consistently and I've been watching every single video. I wanted so badly to be that, and I was okay last week. I got 2 videos up last week, which is good for me. And then this week was just a little bit harder, and I feel guilty about that because I know people want the distraction. But I'm doing a live right now. I do have something pre-filmed that I can hopefully edit tomorrow. I want to do a like a will I buy it, even though again makeup's first world problems, blah blah blah. But makeup's still happening, and I still care about it, and I still want to react to it. I also I still wanted to do my haul. I know my haul that I keep talking about, but I was waiting for Samantha's blush to come to put it in the haul. Your only job is taking care of you. I know, I'm trying. I have chronic I could be doing more syndrome. That is something that I've learned so deeply even before this whole situation is I very much beat myself up every second of every day for not doing more. I don't know how you stop doing that. I keep losing the chat. There's 119 people here. Hi, everybody. Yes, you can still understand how serious it is and still be sad about your blush. That's it. That's exactly how I felt, was like, of course I understand how serious this is. But I also just like, when you're already mad and then like your sweater gets caught in the door or something like that, and you're just like, of course, like that's kind of how the blush felt, was like my one fleeting joy that was coming to me in the mail, and it was smashed. But shout out to Ulta's customer service, and everybody's still working at Ulta right now because they were like, yeah, no problem, we'll send you a new one. So hopefully the new one doesn't come smashed, and I can be excited about my blush. And I hope that me buying that blush doesn't put people at risk, because that also upset me too, is because like I think anyone who knows me knows that I would never want to hurt another human being ever as long as I was alive. So I don't want to put anyone at risk by ordering a blush, and for some reason the thought of that made me want to cry. Yeah, I'm glad you'll get a new one. It's gorgeous. Upside to the quarantine, I'm able to go run errands for my parents and keep them from unnecessary exposure. That's good. Yeah, Matt has kind of been our designated errand person. Like, if one, like, that's kind of like how we're viewing it. It's like, since he's already leaving every day to go to work and taking all these precautions to be as safe and sanitary as possible, then he might as well run the super necessary errands while he's out. So shout out to Matt too. On a positive note, what is your Animal Crossing island name? Who were your starting villagers? Oh, okay. So on an Animal Crossing note, who are my villagers? I think it's a hamster named Hammy. Am I right? Oh, Hamlet, excuse me. Animal Crossing. And then I had a bunny, who looks like a superhero. Mira. Her name is Mira. And my starting fruit was peaches. And my island is called Mojito Bay. It was a name that Matt and I came up with because we originally thought we would share the island, but Matt's all defeated because since the account's on mine, I get to advance the story and he can only like build his own house, so he's all sad about it. So yeah, we all have breaking points. Yours just happen to be with Blush. Like, as I say this, I'm very aware that it is first world problems and that it's not the end of the world. It's just, it was like the culmination of everything. This chat is a major vibe. I've never caught a live before. I don't know why my camera keeps going in and out. I'm so sorry if that's annoying to people. I don't know how to stop it from doing that. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to fix it. Lacie, add me and give me peaches. Well, that's what I was saying earlier, is apparently you need Nintendo Online to visit people's islands, which I think is garbage. And the online's under Matt's account, and now we'd have to upgrade to the family plan, which is annoying. Let me Google how much it is, Nintendo Online family. I was originally going to do a face mask while I did this, but I couldn't be bothered. Let's see. Family membership. Okay, so as opposed to 20, it would be 35. I wonder if there's any way to upgrade since we've already bought it. I'm feeling serious FOMO right now with us, which I'm sorry. That's the other thing. I'm like very aware that a lot of people were sad they don't have Animal Crossing or Switch right now. So then I feel guilty about talking about that. I'm doing my best here, people. Teresa. Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. Teresa, I'm also going to give you a wrench. I won't type anymore. I'm sorry, Teresa. So that was my venting for a half hour. I feel good that I vented. How's everybody else doing? Now we can topic hop for the remainder that I am online. I'm going to finish this tea, and I'm going to wait for Matt to get home. Speaking of which, he texted me. I should not ignore his text. Oh, okay. He's just being nice. Can't type with fake nails. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't see people yelling at everyone with Switches and Animal Crossing, but makeup gets yelled at. I don't know how to make everyone happy. I really don't. And I have a whole list of... I was going to get up and get my journal, but there's a lot of stuff in the way. I don't know how to make everybody happy. And I want to keep... Why am I going out of focus? I want to keep making makeup content, and I'm just going to make stuff that makes me happy and that I would want to watch right now. Let's see. It makes me feel weird to say this because I also grew up with the news on all the time, and I understand the value of that, but I'm down to just checking on it every few days. Mental health comes first right now. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the Demonic Diva also said to take a social media break. It's hard because that's my only social interaction right now is social media. So I'm in like a group text with my best friends back home in Jersey. I'm in a group text with my YouTube besties. I'm in constant contact with people. I'm in constant contact with Matt. But it's hard because doing YouTube, I think Hannah was posting, Hannah, you just talked about this in your favorites video, I feel like, where it's like you started social media to connect to people, and now in this crazy isolating time, that's your connection to people, but it also stresses you out so much. And that's how I feel. It's like if I'm not on my social media, then I'm totally alone, and I'm alone in my thoughts. That's the worst part, is being alone in my thoughts, because anyone who has any kind of anxiety knows your thoughts will run away, and all of a sudden it's the worst case scenario. So it truly, if I'm not on social media, I feel so isolated. But then when I'm on social media, things like being yelled at because I'm upset about a push destroy me. So what is this about destroying capitalism? Also, Flower, you're upset that everyone's ignoring you. Nobody's ignoring you. We're all just very stressed, and there's 100 people here, and the chat's moving fast. No worries. What was happening? That I lost all... Sorry, I'm a mess. Cecile says I filed for unemployment in Cali today. It was a nightmare. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everybody who's struggling right now. I know that we're all struggling so badly right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everybody. I mean that, Lacie, but I still think it's fucking bullshit that people yell at you or anyone else about makeup. That's why I asked. That's why I asked on all of my social media platforms, like, hey, do you guys still want me to talk about makeup? And overwhelmingly, everybody said yes. Oh, so that's the other life lesson here, is for everyone to curate their social media feeds now more than ever. Like, truly, because we're so isolated and because we are so at home and alone with our thoughts and on social media probably extra amounts now, definitely now is the time to curate your feed in a way that only makes you happy or inspires you or motivates you or supports you. So unfollow people, mute people, block words that stress you out. You know, even if it's like people you know in real life, hide them so you don't have to see them. They don't have to know about it. Like, if there's anyone that you're following that makes you upset, now is the time to unfollow them and for it to absolutely not be personal. Because you got to take care of yourself. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Hannah says, Lacie, I want you to low-key be the leader of an economic revolution because I know you're educated enough and well-spoken enough to do it. I mean, that does in a way feel like my destiny. Hannah also says, this is a fucking party. I'm so hyped. Wait, Kara. Kara's here? Hi, Kara. Sorry, my nose is running. I'm a mess. I don't even have tissues. Do I keep this live up? Probably. Can I unfollow my toddler? He's very good at upsetting me. If he happens to have social media accounts. Why do I keep going in and out of focus? Stop it. Stop this right now. Is it the blanket? Maybe it's the blanket that's doing it. This is a major first world problem, but I live in downtown San Francisco, and rent is no joke. Not being able to go outside completely negates the reason we live in this expensive city. That does make sense to me. That is the thing. Even yesterday, I'm going to whisper, even yesterday, my upstairs neighbor was driving me fucking crazy, and I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave the house just to get away from it, and that was making me go crazy. I would, like, take the blanket off altogether. But I'm not wearing a bra because I'm quarantined. Why would I wear a bra? My hair looks ridiculous and my skin actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look like it's good on camera, but I just, before the world started ending, rebought that First Day Beauty like CBD facial oil that I love so much. And that's the only thing that ever stops my skin from not breaking out. So this is kind of like residual scarring and stuff from before I got my hands on that oil again. So my skin's actually doing pretty good. But just right now on camera, I look very blotchy because my redness is very emphasized on camera. And my hair looks kind of silly, but I did just give myself a haircut. Which again, I feel bad for everybody who can't get a haircut right now. I laugh, but truly, Matt's very upset that he can't go to the barbershop for the foreseeable future. And I cut my hair at home. So I feel bad that I had the joy of a fresh haircut, but Matt can't right now. And of all people, I feel like Matt deserves the joy of a fresh haircut right now. Burn the bras in the patriarchy. Literally, what is a bra? Lacie, no worries. I have wigs. I don't know her. Bras are fake. Hi, Lacie. Finally getting a live all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Things are crazy right now. Hi, I'm glad you could be here. I hope I'm a good distraction. We're all just venting, and we're talking about how bras are dumb and capitalism's done. That's the other thing, too. For someone to get very upset with me that I was upset about my plush breaking, as if I, of all people, don't understand how detrimental capitalism is as a system. That's only like the basis of which I've built my channel. But anyway. Geology rocks. I feel like I have something in my teeth. I don't mean to be gross. I haven't gotten a haircut in like 6 years, and I had promised myself that 2020 was the year I was going to make myself over, but fuck that, I guess. Free boobing for life. This is definitely not going to be monetized, but it's fine. I haven't worn a bra or underwear in 3 weeks. I hate capitalism more than ever now. That's the other thing that's been causing me to spiral lately is this whole idea of in 2 weeks everybody might be going back to work because the stock market and all that jazz, and that terrifies me because I've read all the statistics on what experts think will happen if we all go to work in 2 weeks. And I worry about people like my mom, who is immunocompromised and in her 60s and who works at a school, and what that could mean. And that's been causing me, again, knock on wood, to have panic attacks because I know a lot of people, not like the elderly, the immunocompromised, seniors, people who maybe are like healthy and not at risk, going to work, but then bringing shit home to their families who are at risk. Like that's all making me spiral. So I'm trying not to think about it, but I can't help but think about it because I'm alone all day. Oh, and that's the other thing. This is just me ranting for 40 minutes. I'm alone all day long with my damn thoughts. Like, I really want to emphasize, I wake up when Matt gets up. Matt goes to work. Matt sometimes can work 14-hour days. I'm not exaggerating. Today, he's only working an 8-hour day, but Matt only working an 8-hour day is very rare. Most days he works more than 8 hours because he does a lot of overtime because he's a manager, so he kind of has to, especially now more than ever. So I'm truly alone all day with my thoughts and with social medias. Oh, thank you, Kara, so much. Kara gave me $5 and said free the tatas. Okay, so that's the message for today, is if you're wearing a bra currently for any reason, take it off because it's quarantine, baby. Free the tatas. Oh, I like stress cooked dinner. Like, I wasn't even hungry, but I forced myself to cook dinner because I have to be a functioning adult. That's the thing. I know it wouldn't look like it, with my size, but one of the worst things I do with my anxiety is I just stop eating altogether. So I'm really trying to not do it, because then also being hungry and not eating 3 meals a day and like good meals at that, when I don't take care of myself in that way, then my anxiety gets worse. So I like force myself to make dinner, force myself to get some protein. I rage ate it, and then I'm here. I decided to do this because I have nothing else to do. Shit, the only reason I'm wearing clothes is because of the kids. Bras are oppressive and fake only for nighttime activities, trademarked. I feel like I haven't been hungry in weeks, so I feel ya. I keep on a routine to remember myself to eat a meal. Oh, Hannah. Soki Chloe donated $30 and said, Lacie, I love you. Use this to buy another blush that will make you happy and forget people who make you sad. Stop! That's going to make me cry. Thank you. I already cried like 3 times. I don't want to cry again. But you're so sweet. Thank you, and I love you. I'm so mad because right before we all started to really understand the seriousness of this, Hannah almost came here. And then even before all of the seriousness of this, me and Hannah were supposed to go to New York City together and possibly like spend Easter together. So I'm very upset right now. Oh, that's the other thing. We're going to be alone on Easter. That fucking sucks. Alone on Easter for the first time in my life. Maybe I'll do like an Easter stream for anybody else who will be separated from their family on Easter, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to be separated on Easter. So maybe I'll do that. I'm going to write that down in my journal. Not to be a dork, but I'm going to write that down as soon as I'm done so I remember to do that, because that probably would not only make me feel better, but make a lot of people feel better. Now, Hannah, I was sad too. We were going to go see Teresa and Emily, and it was going to be fun. We were going to eat Korean barbecue probably. Oh, well. Eventually. Easter look, pastel Easter look. You just reminded me to cancel my plane tickets. Thank you. Easter group stream, yes. Well, that could be a good idea too. Maybe I'll get multiple people to stream with me, so that way people like me who would be alone, we can be together. Maybe we can even like, I don't know, we can all make food, and it could be like half a mukbang. Maybe not. Maybe food stresses some people out. I'm only partially comfortable eating food on camera, so maybe not. But or drinks. Maybe drinks. I want to be on stream and be sad. Oh, yeah, this is what we need to do. Brainstorming. Something great has come from my venting on stream. Is maybe we'll get a bunch of people together and both Hannahs. Okay, both Hannahs, and I think Emily said she was on board. Maybe we'll all do an Easter stream and we could all just not be sad. I'll organize that. I'm being very serious. Because I will be alone and crying. Because Matt works on Easter, obviously. Because his job doesn't stop on holidays. So, like, truly, I will be alone on Easter. But that would make me feel really good. And I can wear pastels. Almost just choked on my tea bag. A Zoom stream? I don't know what Zoom is. But I have the setup for How Come the Podcast. I have StreamYard, and I know how to use it. That sounded like a threat. I have StreamYard, and I know how to use it, so I could probably make it work. If it's safe to do so, I recommend going for a half-hour walk every day. It does, and it helps me feel like I've accomplished something for the day. That's a good idea. Like, even just this morning getting my blush, I walked out of the building to go to the stoop to get my blush. Oh, and it was nice just to leave the house even to go to the stoop. Zoom is Skype for business, okay. The house I go to for Easter is 2 immunocompromised people, so I won't be attending. Yeah, now that I think about it, a stream on Easter sounds like a really, really good idea because I know it's not just me that's getting fucked over and being alone on Easter, so. State parks are free in New York right now, I'm pretty sure. I wonder what the closest one to me is. I'm going to Google what the closest state park to me is. Not on the keyboard because it was bothering Teresa. I miss my state parks in New Jersey. So I know I've said this before in the Half Cousins, but I'll say it here. I used to work in a lighthouse, and right now the best place in the world for me would be on top of my lighthouse again, just alone. That would be great. Oh, the demonic diva donated 25 and said, use some of this to buy yourself the Switch Online family plan. Animal Crossing is self-care. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. You all didn't have to do that. Thank you. That was so kind. Oh my god. Stop it. I already cried multiple times today. Oh, okay. There are a couple state parks near me. That's an idea. Oh, there are a lot of state parks around me. Never mind. Zoom records all your shit you do while you're using it. Well, so does StreamYard, I think, as long as I stream to, oh, Kara, don't feel cheap. Oh my gosh, anyone who ever gives me anything, thank you. You guys have no idea. I'm like a completely sentimental person, and I appreciate everything that ever happens ever. So thank you so much. Miss Jelly says, thank you. Oh gosh, thank you. I see the little like tabs up here that tell me that people donated. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You worked in a lighthouse. You are literally a character from a whimsical children's novel. Yeah, I worked in a lighthouse for 3 years, and it was like it didn't pay well, but it didn't pay well at all. But it was like my favorite job I ever had, and one of the best perks of that job was that sometimes I would get to open the top of the lighthouse, and I would walk up all the way up and be at the very top alone. Nobody else looking at the ocean from the top of the lighthouse. And I miss it so much. That was like my happy place. And it's really funny to me because I used to visit the lighthouse growing up, and my mom would always try to get me to climb to the top of the lighthouse, and I would always be so afraid because it's so tall, and I was terrified of heights. And then I got the job there, and you have to be able to climb it because obviously there could be an emergency up there, blah, blah, blah. So the first time I attempted to climb it, I couldn't do it. I was too freaked. I was shaking. I couldn't do it. And then the second time I tried it, I forced myself all the way up. And then by the time I was 3 years in, I was going up and down multiple times a day, loving it up there. It was my happy place. I know somebody else I worked with, one of my security guards, he would do his morning prayers up there. And I just feel like what a beautiful place to do that. Truly, like, one of the best things I ever did in my life. I have to go, says Smoking Glow, but this has been so fun. Make sure you guys like the video. Oh, thank you, Hannah, and thank you for everything, and I love you, and thank you. We'll talk about an Easter stream. So yeah, in my past life, I worked in a lighthouse. Oh. That was a wild time. I feel like I'm far enough removed from that job that I can talk about it now. That's how I felt walking up the catwalk in my high school's theater, 25-foot ladder to get to the lighting equipment. It was my goal end of junior year to climb it, and I finally did it. Yeah, and it was like a rush when I finally did it. It was amazing. What a really cool place. I have so many stories about that job and about that lighthouse. I don't want to like say anything too much though, because I still know people who work there, and obviously I don't want to like draw any attention to them, I guess, but it would be nice to be quarantined in a lighthouse, like Ellie says. On the podcast we were talking about like our fantasy homes, or our fantasy lives, I should say. I know I've said this before a million times, but I used to fantasize about living in a city and sitting by a window and like watching people go by and enjoying my city life. And now I get to do that. Now I get to sit exactly by this window and enjoy my coffee in the morning and watch the people go by. And I feel like I achieved that dream. But some of my other dream lives, I've always wanted to just be by myself in like a cliffside mountain on a farm alone. And I said with sheep, but then Georgia told me that if I'm on a mountain, I should have goats. And you know what? Fair enough. I also would love to have like a secluded beach, like little beach cottage. That would be fantastic. But my own private lighthouse, talk about a fantastic life. That could also be one of my dream lives. My mom keeps asking me to watch a show called Chateau Diaries on YouTube. She loves it. I haven't had time yet, though. Is it about chateaus? I was thinking in the shower before how I used to always watch apartment tours. There's this series that Refinery does on YouTube that's like, what blank will get you in blank. So, like, what $2,000 will get you in New York City. What $1,000 will get you in New York City, blah, blah, blah. It's mostly New York. And it was just people's apartment tours, but I used to obsessively watch that series right before moving because I, again, was living in my fantasy life where I was in an apartment. So, but I like watching where people live. It makes me happy. I don't, is that nosy of me? Like, for instance, when I walk around the city, I like to look up in the windows and see if I could, like, guess how people are most likely living in their apartments. Is that weird? I do it in my own city, but really in all cities. I like to, like, look up into the windows and like pretend like I know what the people's lives are like inside their apartments and what it probably looks like inside and what they might do for a living. I'm nosy. Maybe it's because in my former life I was an anthropologist. Who knows? I found a cabin on a river with a huge wraparound deck/porch. I wish it was safe to go tour for a potential home. Speaking of home things, you know what's really also bumming me out so much? Was Matt and I were like this close to getting a dog, and I feel like that process has been delayed right now. And that sucks, because if I was at least home alone all day with a dog, that would be fantastic. But my landlady has asked us to wait just because of various things going on in this apartment, which I totally understand, but it's a bummer, because we were ready. I love a big ass tub. I wish I had an even bigger tub. I always stare at people's balconies. I love balconies, so it's part gardening, decorating ideas, but also part being nosy. Me too. Also, because I live in a row home, and I live in a row home that is so old and used to be a one family house, like, I don't know, if you've been on my Instagram, like, you can kind of see I have all this crazy detailing in my house and stuff. I always picture, like, what did it look like when it was a one family home? And there are still row houses in the city that are still one family homes, and I'm so nosy and I wish I could look at them so badly. I wish I could go in them and like experience what this beautiful building would have looked like in its heyday before it was chopped up into apartments. Oh, I'm sad about the dog delay. Me too. I'm really bummed. But it's fine. We'll get there, hopefully. I'm out of tea. I feel nasal. On top of all of that, on top of everything, I've been experiencing seasonal allergies, and that's been stressful to play the whole is this really allergies game. But it definitely is, because I get them like textbook or like clockwork every year, I should say, and they're always the same every year. And I have all of my typical symptoms of allergies. I used to live in an apartment where the dumbwaiter had been converted into kitchen cabinets. I'm pretty sure the basement apartment still has the opening to the dumbwaiter in this house, but any place where it would have came up, I don't even know where it could come up, but any place that it would have came up is capped off. Also, like, all of the fireplaces in this building are capped off, but I have a fireplace that's capped off in my living room and one in my bedroom, which I feel like I take for granted. I love that I have decorative fireplaces. I love all the detailing in this apartment. I really, really love this apartment. Shout out to this apartment, because I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for my living circumstance, because I'm in a very good situation right now and I appreciate it. That's like what I should be doing. I'm so sad and I'm venting to you all, but I should be saying all of the things that I'm thankful for. So one of the things that I'm thankful for is this beautiful apartment. Also, I know everybody's like battling with their landlords right now, but I also like shout out to my landlady because she's really wonderful. Splurge on some local honey and eat it every day. That's a good idea. Maybe when this whole thing blows over, whenever that is, I'll get some local honey. Ooh, I have JD Glow highlighters in front of me. Shout out. These are like such good highlighters. This is the shade Cold as AZZ, excuse me, Cold as Ice. And it's like literally the most beautiful pink ever. To get on makeup, some very first world problems. And I also have the shade Marilyn in front of me. It's a little crumbly because I dropped it like an idiot, but it didn't break, thank God. And it's like a light gold. Just shout out to JD Glow Cosmetics. Shout out to all indie brands right now who are trying their best to stay open and like function. Like, I don't know. I've been distracted happily by makeup. I hope you all are too. You can rant and complain too, Lacie. We don't have to be happy folks all the time. I know, but I feel like I've spent most of my life being miserable, and I'm trying so hard to not be. That's the part of this that sucks, is I just got my life together, and then the world fell apart, which feels very much like my luck. I've seen a lot of people say that, so clearly it's not just me. People saying Stardew is their distraction. Stardew Valley is amazing. How much is Stardew online right now? I don't want to type again, though, and upset anybody. I think Stardew normally is only like $15. If you happen to have a computer and an extra $15 that's not going to be a detriment to spend, look into getting Stardew Valley because it is a beautiful game and it's very distracting in a good way, and you'll thank me. You will truly thank me later. Dude, say my life just came together. Stardew is 15 on Switch, 10.50. Oh yeah, you can also play on the Switch. I forgot about that. So yeah, if you have a means to play Stardew, you should look into it because it's absolutely fantastic. And I can't sing the praises enough of Stardew. I got it right after the Christmas Day, I believe. And then I happened to get very sick the next week, and I did nothing but play Stardew Valley. Like, I was refusing to go to bed because it was all I wanted to do. It's the most addicting, beautiful, amazing, sweet, calming, cute game ever. It's the best game ever. I should look into starting my Twitch channel while all of this is happening. I have to go to dinner, y'all. Thank you, Hannah Louise Post and Hannah, for dropping by. I love you. I'm watching your videos every day. Thank you for making beautiful content that's distracting for me. So thank you. Can you download it on a Mac? I think so. I think they worked really hard to make it available everywhere. I'm so glad I was here for part of this. It was nourishing, Lacie. I love you and you're doing amazing. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner, Hannah. Says Hannah. Lots of Hannahs here. What makeup has everybody been excited about lately? To bring it full circle to my first world problems that have been distracting me, what makeup are all of you guys excited about right now? Old or new? Oh God. Because I'm excited about these Shady Glow highlighters. That's why they're on my desk. On Steam for Mac. Okay, so Stardew Valley is available on Mac. The Snorkel Glue palette. I believe mine is on its way. It was sent to me in PR, the whole Smoky Glow X Midas collection. So thank you, Smoky Glow Hannah, and thank you, Midas, for thinking of me. I don't have it yet, but I believe it's being sent to my P.O. box. That's going to be tricky to figure out going to get it, but I'm very excited about that, and I want to not only play with the whole collection, but I want to do a dedicated Midas video because I don't think I've ever talked about them on my channel before. So I'm so excited. I got to obviously play with it when I was at Hannah's house, which was exciting, but I want my own, especially because I've been in a pink place lately. I've been wearing a lot of pink eyeshadow. In fact, I'm thinking about bringing the palette series back. If anyone remembers, once upon a time, I had the palette series on my channel. I think my first series back would be pinks. because I love pinks lately. It's like my favorite color to wear. Let's see what's happening. Was thinking Stardew was makeup, but it's a game. Stardew Valley is the best video game you'll ever play ever. This year I have been supporting only indie companies. Now I'm on a no buy until this craziness is over. I might have said this before. March is like my month to go crazy because it's my birthday month and I also get my tax refund. And then I was also on this high of I had just gotten a job. So I went a little hard in March, but now given the state of the world and also the fact that I went hard in March, I think April is going to start a very strict budget for me. Maybe not like a super strict budget, but I'm would like to keep my purchases around a certain specific amount of money. And we'll go from there because I can't be going crazy all the time. I'm excited about playing with my Sunrise palette. Lots of beautiful colors that wouldn't work at my job. Oh yeah, now's the time to do the craziest makeup ever if you're not going to your workplace. Truly, like, wear the crazy eyeshadow, wear the blue lipstick, do artistic, like, avant-garde eyeliner. Just go for it and wear it for yourself. The new Bite foundation. I just got the JP Warrior palette and it's so warm, rich, and yummy. Wait, no, the chat moved. I just got my smoky collection and my pastel lines from Glam Vice. Am I saying that right? I'm excited about the sale at Ulta for the cover effects blush. I imagine those are going to sell out like immediately. I'm still into the Meant to Be palette by ColourPop or Mint Colors outfits almost every day. I've been so into pastels lately. I'm very on this trend. I want to get the Menagerie Pastel Pup palette. I missed out on the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette back in the day because I was anti-color then, but I want to get into bright colors. Oh, besides the blush, that was like my last makeup purchase, I should say, was the Menagerie Pastel Pup palette. That's a mouthful. I bought that and the other like individual shadows that go with it. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about my 2.50 red lipsticks from Wet n Wild, bought NARS, Urban Decay, and MAC, and none of the reds were right. A good red is a staple. I like a red that is just a little bit brown. The chat keeps moving, which is a good thing, but it keeps moving on me when I'm trying to read. I'm excited to try the Nabla Amnesia highlight. I need to pick it up at my mom's, so that's on hold right now. Oh, are they like all sold out? Wait, they go on sale tomorrow. Where are they? Oh, where did I put them? I think they're in my other drawer. Can't get them right now. I have the two lightest. I have Ozone and Amnesia. Is it Privilege? I think Privilege is the pink one. I like Ozone way better than I like Privilege because it's shinier. I think there's inconsistencies within the same line of highlighters, so just be wary of that. I think that might be why there's mixed reviews on that right now. I've been on a no-buy since January 2019. I was going to end it at the end of March, then my car needed expensive repairs and the world broke. I understand. I probably wouldn't have gone as hard in March had I known what was coming, basically. I just bought a palette, but I'm contemplating just not buying makeup for a bit and giving my neglected makeup some love. That's also what I've been doing. Like, yeah, I bought a crazy amount of makeup in March because I'm a monster and I had no evidence that the world was going to explode or minimal understanding that it would. But I've also been playing with stuff I already have, which has been really nice because I've just been doing makeup for myself, which is nice. Pastel pot liners, water activated ones from Glam Vice. They're fun. Says Emily, that's fun. I have no fun liners. I just wear black every day. Once the highlighters go on sale tomorrow in Ulta, it's over for you hoes. Just getting ending makeup since watching you, Emily and Teresa. I want to try JD Glow so bad. I love JD Glow so much. Pastel Pup looks adorable. Isn't it sold out though? It is sold out, and from what I understand, they're concerned about when they'll be able to replenish them because their suppliers are closed because of the world. So that I think there was an element of like, I kind of want to get this before I can anymore, which I had been so good about not panic buying things. Like, something that being on my unofficial low buy for the last year has taught me has been to let makeup releases come and go, because you'll always be able to get it again. But like, I wanted to support Menagerie. I wanted their matte formula in pastels. It was like actually limited edition or limited quantities. It all happened so fast. I know, first world problems. I know it's more nudes, but the new Artist Couture eyeshadows, something about that palette draws me in, and I don't know why. I think it's because I've discovered that I don't like warm neutrals as much as I like true neutrals and even cool tone neutrals. And so the fact that it's like true neutral leaning on cool, I'm like, but also I have those colors a million times, and I would be dumb to buy that again. At least not right now. I shouldn't buy it right now. I've heard mixed reviews about the Novel highlighter. So yeah, like I said, Ozone, fantastic. Love it. Privilege, not so much. So they do definitely differ just within the same line. Come to think of it, Lacie, you inspired me to get into colorful eyeshadow palettes when I stumbled across your channel back in the fall. So thank you. My bank account resents you, though. Oh, that makes me happy, I think. But I'm glad I could inspire you to wear colorful makeup. I have the Smoky Glow palette, but I haven't played with it yet. I don't know if I can order from overseas right now. I've been waiting since Jan for something I bought before Corona. Oh no. My friends and I are planning on live streaming together, and I asked politely to do makeup based on video game characters. I'm excited. That's amazing. Like the ABH Sultry. Is this in regards to me liking neutral neutrals or cool neutrals? Because yes, cool tone neutrals are where it's at. Yeah, I feel like the not even so much the internet, but 2016 beauty guru beauty culture has convinced me that the only neutrals are warm neutrals, and that's not true. And I'm a big fan of neutral neutrals and cool neutrals. How many times can I say the word neutrals? My nose is stuffy. I apologize. So, like, does anyone else enjoy organizing their collection? I love just sitting at my setup and like opening drawers and touching all of the things and moving stuff around and like seeing if everything's still good. I have a process. So I just did a huge declutter, but when I am decluttering, my process is I open everything, I touch and swatch everything. I see if it still smells good, if it still seems to perform okay, or the same, I should say. And if it still brings me joy. Wait, those were 3 things. If it fails one of those 3 things, then I should declutter it. But if it passes those 3 things, then I get to keep it. And I love just sitting through my makeup and doing that process and moving things around and touching stuff and swatching things. Like all of this makeup that I've been saving for my haul video, I've just been like swatching on my body because I'm just so excited about it. So that's why I'm saying, like, makeup, like true surface level makeup has just been making me feel so happy right now. And by surface level, I mean like just liking makeup for the sake of liking makeup and the creativity part of it. And it's been really fun. I've been watching, I know I said this earlier, but I've been watching a lot of collection videos just because I've been nosy about what other people like lately. Because I just don't want to think too deeply about the world right now. And I just want the things that make me happy to just be the things that make me happy. Also, it sounded like somebody was trying to open my door, and that freaked me out. I'm going to text Matt if that was him. Because that just really freaked me out. A ghost? I doubt it. Palambulus, my collection isn't big enough to organize. You can still organize your little collection, or just move it from one place to another. I just reorganized my single palettes and decluttered palettes. My eyeshadow is all on picture ledges, so it's nice to make a visually appealing display. That's cool. I love collection videos. Me too. I'm actually the most tempted I've ever been to film my own collection video. I'm also very tempted to do an apartment tour because I watched Hannah Lee's post and Hannah's apartment tour, and our apartments feel like sisters. Like they feel very similar. And in fact, I always worried that my apartment felt cluttered. and that it was like too much. But Hannah has a very similar setup, and hers just looks cozy. So I imagine that my home just looks cozy. And then like other people have been like, yes, Lacie, your home looks cozy. Like Emily has told me that my home is cozy. So I don't know. I've been cleaning room by room, and I'm like, if by chance I happen to clean everything to a place where I wouldn't be embarrassed, because I need to dust. Dusting sucks. I need to dust. Maybe if my room is like my home is together, I'll film like a little tour. Maybe, I don't know. No promises. And I'm also tempted to film a collection video, but then I also don't want people to be like, blah blah blah, not important right now. Not to bring this full circle to the beginning of the video. Oh. Pick up your whole collection, just seat it to the other side of the room. Same. Oh, Emily, definitely do a collection video. That would make me happy. Oh gosh, you worrying about the dorm? You remember that I had a panic attack and a nightmare about being a secret agent or something this morning? Wow. Oh my gosh. I reached my breaking point, so now I'm a burrito. Same. I was more of a burrito. Did we decide that this was what was making the autofocus mess up? I don't think it is. I just think my autofocus is not doing well right now. The tone matters, Lacie. Wait, tone of what? That I should or shouldn't film whatever I just mentioned. My notifications are definitely not working because I'm late to live again. Oh, that's okay. We're just vibing. We're burritoing. I'm so thankful that all my favorite people on YouTube and Instagram are going live more often. It's been helping my sanity, so thank you, Lacie. Thank you. I agree, Andrea. I've been watching a lot of lives too, so I'll probably keep this up if anyone cares to watch it after the fact. My eyes look red because I've been crying all day. It's fine. We're thriving. Tone of your videos, I think she meant. Like, if you were like, look at my expensive stuff, that'd be toned down. Okay. Fair enough. Stop moving the focus. Lacie, your tone will be good. I know it. I'm just going to not touch the desk. Maybe touching the desk is the problem. Okay, so Matt is not home, and I definitely heard someone touching my doorknob. Love that for me. I actually think I hear Matt now, so I might wrap this up. Any final thoughts? Any drastic questions that anyone needs from me? I think in general YouTube is suppressing lives right now, so I don't know what that's about, but I really enjoyed going live right now. I really think that I needed it. Love you all, says Audra. I love you all too. Except the camera. I don't love the camera right now because it keeps doing that. Maybe it's focusing on a ghost. Just kidding. I don't think there's a ghost in here. Don't go away until you make sure it's Matt. That's smart, Mindy. Will you save the life? Yes. I didn't originally think I was going to, but I will. What type of Animal Crossing animal would you be? Cat, dog, horse, etc. Probably a bunny. I feel connected to bunnies. The ghost is clearly in the hallway. I never have once thought that this building was haunted, so I'll be very pissed if it is. Though, I have this theory about row homes because we're all connected, obviously. What if a ghost is just walking through my home to get to another home? What am I supposed to do about that? Oh, also on my to film list, you know how Robert Welsh does his like ghost story Get Ready With Me's? I kind of want to do one of my own for people who like ghost stories. We'll see. My child just passed his father to ask me to wipe his butt. What the fuck? Hey. What Monopoly is your favorite? The classic Monopoly, because it's based off of Atlantic City. Yes, Lacie, to the ghost story. Hello, are you a burglar or are you Matt?
Both.
Oh. Okay, it's Matt, and he's also a burglar. Show your terror decks. Maybe. On that note, because it is Matt, and it's not a ghost or a burglar, I think I'm going to go. Thank you all for hanging out with me and letting me vent. I do actually feel a lot better now.
Thanks, guys. You're awesome. Pew, pew.
Don't do that. That was so mean. Don't. Or was that like a. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I love you all. I'm going to go eat another breakfast taco, possibly. Because I feel better, so I can actually let myself eat now. Okay, love you all. Hope you have a good night.